So I'm going to show you my battery-powered aerator box that I put together. This is a 12-volt, 10-amp lithium iron phosphate battery. I've got a Power Bubbles 12-volt dual output aerator. I've got switches, I've got charging ports, and what I'm going to do is show you everything that I've got on here in order to allow me to have sufficient air for bait, for fish that I catch. You could use this in a kayak, you could use it on a boat. I use it on the piers quite a bit. So I'm going to show you exactly what I've got attached. So here, put back together, I've got the battery sitting on top of the aerator. I've got little cushions on top of the battery to soften it. The pump itself is screwed in on the bottom. It's got rubber feet, so it doesn't move and it doesn't vibrate. If you look, I've got a switch right here. That's going to tell you what the voltage is. I've got a vent right here. This is where the fresh air comes in. That's just a small piece of window screen that I've siliconed onto a plastic plug. So that's where the air comes in. I'm showing off the fact that it is a Power Bubbles. This is that power port. You can bring power in. You can also use it in a pinch as a battery source. I've got a fuse right here. I use the Wago connectors. I'm using silicone wire. It's 14 gauge. Coming in, it's 12 gauge coming into this. It's a little bit higher gauge. But in the end, there's the two outputs. Puts out a great deal of air. There's the inside. You've got the hose as well as the one-way adapter so that nothing comes back in. And you can use another one-way on the outside as well, but I've used this for 2 separate buckets while fishing on Skyway. So there's the voltage. I ran this about 6 hours and it just barely used any juice in it. These are very, very strong batteries. Like I said, it's a 10 amp hour battery. It's more than enough to power this. You can see got wire lock nuts down there holding the feet in. It's very quiet, especially when you shut the top. That's all you're hearing at that point. So I'm going to show you next. I'm going to attach a video I used when I was using it at Skyway so you can see how well that it actually worked. One thing I did forget to add is I've got little silicone feet on the bottom. It raises it up a little bit so that the screw heads here they're machine screws, they won't ever touch, but also it keeps it from moving around. And then when this is on concrete, it doesn't move at all. Like I said, there's no vibration to it and very, very little sound coming out. All right, so here's my aerator box in action. There's the 2 outlets. That's on my shrimp, a lot of airflow. This is the bucket for any pinfish or pigfish or greenbacks that I catch out here. So I'm able to aerate 2 buckets at one time. I'm sitting at 13.2 volts, plenty of juice. There is the inlet hole for fresh air coming in. Got it out of the sunlight, so it's going to blow cooler air coming in. But that's the aerator box in action.